Hello dear students and welcome to lesson 3. Today we will focus on two essential tenses, the present simple and present continuous, and learn how to apply them in ICT contexts. You'll see how mastering these two forms of the present tense will make your technical writing and even speaking clearer, more accurate, and more professional. In the field of computer sciences, we rely on precision. A small grammatical shift can change the meaning of process or a report. The present simple helps us describe how systems usually work, while the present continuous shows what is happening right now. Together, they create a complete picture of technological operations or processes. Now let's speak about when do we use the present simple. The present simple tense is our go-to form when we talk about routines, general truth or facts, or established facts. For example, we say, the system checks for updates automatically every night. That's a regular repeated action. That is to say, this action is repeated on a regular manner. Or computers use binary code to process data. That's a universal fact. These statements describe what systems typically do. Let's look at some examples of the present simple in the field of ICT. Each of these sentences describes a permanent fact or habitual action. The verbs directs, blocks, executes, and connects tell us what these technologies always do, not just a specific moment, but in general. Let's start with the first example. A router directs data packets between networks. This is a truth about a router. It is a universal fact. Let's move to the second example. The firewall blocks unauthorized access. This is what firewalls generally or typically do. It is as well a fact. Let's move to the next example. The program executes commands in sequence. This is a habit or an action which is repeated on a regular manner, which is done by the program. The last example, the internet connects millions of devices. This is a truth about the internet. Now, let's move to the present continuous. The present continuous helps us describe what is happening right now or during a temporary phase. It's very useful in ICT when discussing active processes or current projects. For example, the technician is installing the software right now. We are observing something in progress, not a permanent situation. Speaking about both tenses, in the present simple, the form is very basic. We keep the base form with all the pronouns except the third person of singular. However, the form of present continuous, let's see it in example. These examples describe actions that are taking place around this moment, that is to say now. This verb is scanning, or developing, is rebooting, and is troubleshooting. Highlight process, something that is ongoing or temporary in the current action. So, how is the present continuous formulated. As you can see, there is the verb to be in the present simple plus the verb plus ing. This is the form of present continuous. Now let's compare both tenses. Here, as you can see in the table, here is the contrast in one clear table. The present simple represents what is stable or habitual. However, the present continuous refers to what is happening right now. Mastering both allows you to describe ICT systems accurately, both their general function and their current state. Let's speak about the usage. The usage of present simple, we use it when we speak about facts, that is to say realities or universal truth that will never change, routines, that is to say actions that are repeated in a regular manner, and general truth. However, present continuous speak about ongoing actions, that is to say actions that are taking a long moment in comparison to the present simple, which describes short actions. However, the present continuous describe long actions that are happening at this moment right now, of course. Let's speak about the time. When comparing time, sentences where the present simple is used are always true or repeated in a regular manner. However, the time of happening of present continuous is right now or around now. For example, the computer runs on an operating system. This is a truth or a habit that a computer does. The technician is fixing the server. This action is happening right now, which is done by the technician. Let's look at the keyword. We can call them keywords or time expressions. The ones that we use with the present simple, you can find always, often, every day. These are frequency expressions. You can as well use usually. However, for the present continuous, you use keywords or time expressions that refer to this time, to right now. Okay, so you can use now, right now, or at the moment. Let's summarize our lesson. To conclude, both tenses are equally important in ICT writing. The present simple tells us how to describe systems generally operate, okay? While the present continuous focuses on what's actively happening at this moment. The more you practice identifying these differences in context, the clearer and more professional your communication will become. Please, dear students, don't forget to practice the activities in PDF version of the lesson. I would like to thank you for your attention, and always remember this lesson is a basic background for the upcoming lessons. See you in the next lesson, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get notified whenever a new lesson will be published.